Good morning to everyone in Puerto Vallarta. Good morning to everyone in all of Bahia de Banderas. Definitely good morning to those tuning in around the world. And hey, if it's your first time here, this is Puerto Vallarta Real News. I'm Brent Lane, and I'm so happy you're back. If you've been around for a while and you've been here for a bit, well, you know how this goes. So we're going to have an amazing casual Friday today. So the first things first on a casual Friday, what we like to do is we like to jump on in, grab our coffee cams out. Okay, jump on in, have some coffee, and work on the coffee cam offline. Shit happens on a Friday. Sorry, y'all. So coffee cam will be back, I promise you, as soon as possible. So hey, everybody, I hope you're having had a great week. It's Friday. I've got a lot of plans this weekend. I hope you do as well. And again, if this is your first time, most of the time we're going to have about 3 or 4 news stories and then some entertainment. But on Fridays, we just try to relax a little bit, kick back, have a conversation, and talk about what I'm doing, what you're doing over the weekend. And you can chime in anytime. Just put a comment on Facebook and say, hey, or shoot me a message like, hey, your coffee cam's broken. What's wrong with you, man? And I'm okay with that. So, moving onward today, I'll get to my busy weekend ahead and what you guys have got going on. But first things first, many of you know I also am the administrator and I run the group called Gen X Pats PV. And we have the tagline, the most kick-ass group in Puerto Vallarta. And I think we are, but we owe that to kind of who our mascot is. And I actually got to meet him once. So rest in peace to Chuck Norris today. He passed away. Sorry to see you go. I met him in Austin. I met him in Dallas many, many years ago. And actually, I'm not a very tall guy. And with his hat, he was barely taller than me, but super, super friendly, great guy to talk to, big, strong handshake. We didn't have a kung fu fight. But man, I really wanted to ask about one. So just a good guy. Sorry to see you go, Chuck. And sorry the coffee cam is out. We'll try it one more time. Let's see. Here we go. Coffee cam. Oh, frustrating. Okay. That's what happened. So the good camera is this one. So when I bought all my equipment, here's the story of the coffee cam. When I bought all of my equipment and put together the studio before this show was even made, I invested really heavily in this one. Good morning, Maureen. Good morning, Chris. How are y'all? This camera got all the investment. The coffee cam, man, it was supposed to be a good camera, but it ended up not being great. So it got demoted to coffee cam. So that's the quick story about that. Because that's what I do here. All right. What else is on my agenda? Definitely chime in with yours if you got anything going on. Today is the final day of Expotel. I've talked about that with you guys a few times now. Expotel is really for the business, restaurant, hotel owners. So if you or someone you know is in the business of primarily tourism or food, today's the last day for the show to go out there. Share some tips and tricks, meet other people in the same business and kind of all work together. And bonus, good morning, Chandra. Nice to see you again. The beauty of it is today is I'm going to be there finally for CPS News, the televised TV show I do anchoring with Jessy Ruiz. So we're going to be there today at Expotel, walking around the floor, meeting people, just getting to know the different businesses here. I think Jesse's been there the last 2 days covering for CPS News. I'll be there today. So again, if you're a restaurant owner, if you've got a booth out there, I will, hopefully you can come by and say hi, and I'll be happy to say hi to you. And if you love CPS News, you love this show, well, I'd love to hear about it. Suits with lanyards. Okay, I see that. I see you, Chris. Do tell me. Tell me more. Tell me more. That must be a Chuck Norris inside joke I don't even get. But that's fair. That's why we do this. And, all will be explained. I don't know everything, that's for sure. So what else do I have going on this weekend? Well, I take a quick sip of coffee here. I've got, oh yeah, I remember the Interstellar event I told y'all about. I mentioned that a couple days ago. I think about maybe even a couple weeks ago. But the Interstellar event I think is so cool. Oh, yeah, thank you. The layers. I've been out of the business too long, Chris. Thank you. I used to have to wear those to all the trade shows I went to in my former life. I'll talk about my former life on one of these shows one day. I've got some interesting stories to tell, as I'm sure you do as well. But on Saturday night, I'm going to the Interstellar event with a group of about 8 other people. We'll be up there in the front row. Cannot wait. This is so cool. So this again is the event, which is going to be at Teatro Vallarta. They're going to be screening the movie Interstellar, which is a really cool Chris Nolan film. I'm a big fan of Chris Nolan and this movie. Matthew McConaughey stars in it. Just a big stellar cast. Even some youngins that you're gonna be like, oh, I know that guy. He grew up and became a big time actor. But it's gonna have a live orchestra playing through the entire thing. So how cool is that? So these kind of events don't come here very often. So again, I'm hoping you're gonna get out there. I heard from Hector, who's the director there, that they are completely sold out, which is awesome. I've seen a couple of people selling tickets, like people who last minute can't make it. So there is a chance if you look on Facebook, but this is going to be a fun event. If you're out there and it's not during the movie, say hi. I would love to meet you. So once again, that's the Interstellar event with live orchestra. And I'm going to work closely with Hector and see if we can get more of these type of events in town. I love a little bit of culture, a little bit of film, a little bit of orchestra. So that's going to be a fun event. I can't wait to check it out. Again, hopefully I'll see some of you there. On Sunday, Talia was nice enough to invite us to come out to see Mil y Un Pasiones, which is the concert I told y'all about a couple days ago. That's going to be at the American School. So this one, I'll show you this shot of it here. So this one is going to be the one we're going to is on Saturday. The next showing I think is on Monday. Is that right? And it's 400 pesos. Unless you're a child, you get a discount. If you remember INAPM, a little bit of a discount. But this one is definitely a benefit of ampv.com and things. But I talked about it a couple days ago. I don't have all the notes in front of me this time. I'm sorry to tell you. But again, that's where I'm going to be. This is less about news and just more about fun. So yeah, it sounds great to me too, Maureen. Thank you. I can't wait to be there. So hey, if you're going to be out at this show, again, I'll be at the Saturday night showing. Say hi. But mostly get out there, support this great performance by our local orchestra. I think it's going to be a fun event for everybody. And again, it's right down the road from my studio. So that's easy to get to. So fair enough. So we got that on tap as well. Whew, man, it's going to be a busy, busy weekend. All right. Quick heads up. A lot of you know Megan Gallagher. She is the, I think, current director, I think is her title, out at the Volcanes School. And I've had the Volcanes School on the TV and the radio in the past. And Megan's just a great interview, and she's a fun, dynamic person. If you got a shout out for her, throw it in the notes. I think she's at the school right now, so she can't be on for this broadcast, but if she is, she'll say hi. But big news. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what they have going on with the Let It Shine benefit concert, which is going to support the Volcanes School and the Trio Youth Musical Program. If she was on right now, she would definitely correct my Spanish. But this is a cool thing too. So this one is the Let It Shine event. Let me show you a little picture of what we got going on here. So here it is. Here's Let It Shine. It's on Tuesday, March 24th at 7 p.m. And so the Volcanes Community School and Club Vallarta is going to host a benefit concert called Let It Shine. It's going to be at the Christchurch by the Sea in Plaza Genovesa. A suggested donation of 200 pesos will support free music education programs for the children and for the youth. So this is another one of those events you can go to and feel really good about yourself. They're serving approximately 900 students through academic support and sports programs, and the initiative also offers a growing music program led by Luis, Mario, Carla, Ared, and Ruth, who are helping young people to build discipline, confidence, and creative expression. So they were founded back in 2017 and respectively 2021. The student music programs have performed widely, showcasing the dedication and talent of their members while providing a meaningful outlet for personal growth. And so the evening is also going to feature special guest artists, Jason Darius and Calvin Reuben Chapman, who join in support of this community-driven event. So it's really more than a performance. Let It Shine, just really going to highlight the power of music and education to create opportunity and lasting impact. So this is just something that, hey, if you're in town and you've got some free time and you can get out there, you should definitely be there. Again, Tuesday, March 24th, 2026. It's going to be at 7 p.m. Again, that's Christchurch by the Sea in Plaza Genovesa. And again, it's a free event, but there is a suggested donation of that 200 pesos. Whoa, there we go. Sorry about that. You got to run your own control board and actually be the star of the show. It's not as easy as it looks. Okay, so other than that, the show's about, what are we, about 3 weeks old now, and some of you I see every day, and I love that. But really, I got to get the viewership up just a little bit. So hey, if you have a chance to share this show or talk to your friends about it or share it on Facebook or YouTube, or now I'm on Spotify and Substack, that helps a lot. It's really great. I really, what it helps with is it just helps with, me feeling energized and happy about doing this show. And I love doing it, but obviously, your support and your sharing of the show is the best way to do it, more than me out there ringing a bell. Hey, I just got a question. It's Chris Anderson from the Anderson Report. Where should you go with these? I think you should go to Red Cabbage. How many of you other online have been to Red Cabbage? So I have. I'll put my hand up right away. I haven't been there. I think I've only been there one time, but I really found it to be great. I felt really authentic food and a beautiful little area. I think it's down there by the water. Can't remember what I had. I can't remember if I had chiles nogales at the time. Might have been that time of year. But I think you should go to Red Cabbage. If you ever have a suggestion of where to send Chris to eat, Chris has lost like a bunch of weight. He's getting skinny. So let's fatten that guy up, man. Let's do it. Let's get him out there eating some good food and telling us about it unbiasedly. So I love that. Yeah, get out to Red Cabbage. If you've never been there, let me know what you think about it. Again, this show does not monetize as of today. All of the support I get is just through handshakes and a hug or a hey, how you doing? Maybe not the hug. I'm not a big hugger. And Chris is the same way. So yeah, get out there. Let's hear about Red Cabbage next week. Anything else you guys want from the show? It's interactive, so please chime in as you want to, whether you're watching live or recorded. And because it's Casual Friday, I'm going to let you go a little early today. I promised you I'll get to work on the coffee cam and get that going right for you again. Just a little reset. So thanks for joining in. One last thing I want to tell you about. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot. So one thing is, and this is something actually Chris even sent me, is that, hey, you guys have been listening to lots of church bells. There's a lot of, it's that time of year where we've got all the lead ups. I think today might be Lent. I don't follow these things very well. I'm sorry, but tonight, the church processions will begin to slow down a little bit in terms of, I'm sure you heard a lot of explosions, a lot of bells. That's going to dissipate a little bit, but we're entering into the Semana Santa time frame. So if you're here and you know what it's like, we're going to have a lot of noise and a lot of stuff going on, but let's try to embrace it and be part of the community. And, I know you guys with pets, don't love it. So hang in there, do what you can. Keep them calm. But also, I also want to mention, and thank you, Chris, for that report on that, Chris Anderson. I want to tell you on Tuesday, okay, Tuesday's going to be an interesting day. So Tuesday, I'm going to do my best to bring you an interview. So that'll be the very first interview I'll ever do. I'm not 100% sure this is going to be something that I'll keep going with, but actually Megan Gallagher of the Volcanes School we talked about is going to come on and do an interview with me. It's only going to be about 5 minutes longer left. I'm thinking I'm going to call it two things. Like, you get to talk about two things. One, something that's really interesting to you or how to support you. And two, like how to reach out to you, how to get involved, how to be part of that through donation or, giving your time. So this very first time I'm going to do the interview just because, controlling all of this and talking to you is hard. I'm going to pre-record it just before we come on. So I'm just going to play the recording of the interview. If it goes really well, I promise you next time I do an interview, I'll do it live. We'll have your comments on screen as we do right here. And, I'll do it live and I'll run it from the board. So let's see how that goes. I've got it all set up to run. So Tuesday, tune in. We'll call it Talkie Tuesday. I don't know if it's going to stay or not, but Talkie Tuesday, here's to you. And thank you so much to Megan Gallagher for being the guinea pig for this very first interview. And I look forward to having you on. All right. With that, that's the end of Casual Friday. We're right on time and we're out of here with your 15 minutes so you can move on with your day. Thank you so much for joining in. And I will see you on Monday because we don't do this on the weekend. I get the weekend off. All right. Hang in there, everybody. Have a great one.